Oof, Yorion. Mirror? Could be Incarnation too. Pretty good hand if they're playing Incarnation. Pretty good hand in the mirror too. Esper Yorion? It's all off. Okay, better. No Omen. That's always nice. You're in their hands. Hold on to Censor for now. Looks like they might have net decked. Usually when you have like random basics. Cultivate. What is my opponent playing? I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Whatever it is. Hopefully they don't have anything too crazy. Probably have like Coma, right? Some like BS. They're just playing Sultai Ultimatum. Just all Sultai. Yeah, maybe. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, Adam. No Jar's Disruption. Nice. For the full standard experience. Did you see that Bugs deck? No. The Titan's Nest? I played against Titan's Nest once. March. Why they keep it blue up, you think? They're just playing main deck disputes. Fail push, maybe? Probably fail push, right? Changes? I didn't change the main deck, Mickey. Not sure which changes you're talking about. Sideboard changes? Or you mean from the portable hold version? I didn't get I didn't come up with that list. It was Harry 14. My Scottish accent's just terrible. Okay. Didn't have much, but I'll take it. A reversal could be cool. They might have some nasty things after sideboards. Lockdown and lay down the arms. Probably not great. Maybe farewell, not great. We saw cultivate, Yorion, some removal, assuming ultimatum. Which removal spells should I keep? Verdict, Lyra, Starnheim, Dennick. One verdict, one laydown. Maybe verdict will just be good against them. If they resolve an ultimatum, maybe verdict saves me. Joe Danman. Thanks for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to Sewer. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Claudio. It went well yesterday after the round 1 loss. It went pretty well. Are you qualified for the Pioneer Finals? For the Pioneer Mux Finals? You seem to have still pretty big interest in Pioneer despite the fact you just had your RC. Or not? I'm qualified for the standard one. Maybe I should be playing standard. Ooh, can we reversal cultivate? That'd be kind of amazing. I think the concessions in mana base for laydown are weaker than those for leyline binding. Yeah, it's probably not as big of a deal. Bryce Morgan, Decklist from the RC. Yeah, maybe they were in chat. Someone was trying to get me to play lay down the arms. and I didn't, and then Onward Ego. I think I'll just killer it. I think it's fine. I mean, honestly, if they didn't get to see my hand, I might let it resolve. I feel like that's kind of the tiebreaker for me here. Alright, I'm feeling okay with like Wandering Emperor and stuff in hand. Hoping whatever they come up with is not too bad on 5. Yeah, I might play a few LCQs too. Wow, nothing, just Euron in their hand. I don't even really need to use Narset. Well, look at that. Actual Tundra. Oh, I have 7 cards, but I'm gonna have a bunch with Deluge. Alright, I'll use it. They didn't have Dispute earlier, so... Thought Distortion. I guess that's another reason to save Narset's Reversal, right? Brrr. Maybe they're hooking me. They're setting up, they have disputes. They actually do have the dispute. They're gonna dispute my face now. This is probably like uber greedy. Probably can't lose if I just say go was Deluge plus reversal plus dispute. I mean, there's almost no chance they have dispute, but maybe it's not worth it. I just want to Narset's reversal something. Come on, opponent, you can do it. Because I don't have that many options. Just enough.
Easiest money of my life!
Is that good, chat? Was that a good play? There was a time where I used to triple Q. That was all extreme. Even double Q was a little too much. 6 basic planes, by the way. Billion basic planes. There's perfect mana over here. Nothing to see. Bill Ivy. David Williams tried to get Ivy to play Magic one time. But Ivy said the stakes were not high enough. He was not interested. Alright, lockdown. Lockdown for the win. Ooh, Verdict would be good enough too. Let's see, is there a point playing basic planes here? Not really. I guess I'll just play Prairie Stream. Can you imagine Ivy on Burn? I could see Ivy playing Burn. I don't know, I could see Ivy playing about anything. Activate Curse Crawl. Also, Chad, I need to learn, I'm like such a noob, I need to learn how to share a document that I can like kind of tweak as we go instead of just sharing the text document. I'm sure it's like super easy, but you know. Am I still interested in casting Verdict? They didn't play a Lovestruck Beast. Do I want to cycle Censor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I'm not in a huge rush to cycle Censor. Alright, should have cycled Censor. This is why I like Behold so much in this matchup and many more matchups, but that's a pretty common sequence where you go 2 mana Behold, keep 2 mana up, and then next turn you get to Behold plus Absorb or Behold plus another 2 mana counterspell. Yeah, just Google Docs. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing how low my level is on all that stuff. The Borges DB, the Borges. Sorry, I'm butchering that. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome to Sewer. Is open and just ghosting. Just didn't play that last turn, and now they're playing with 2 mana up. I'll sketch. Yeah, you can share a link and make it so only me can. No, I know all that stuff. I was like, it was like 1 a.m. yesterday when I did it. Darksteel Citadel. I've ever seen anyone play. No, must be. I mean, people will usually play around Censor. They usually won't play around Make Disappear. I need some lands. Keep the 1 land. Still stuck on free lands. You know what, chat? I know it's just a league, but the fact that they went to like, I mean, the stock list plays maybe 1 Make Disappear, and they bothered to like Stone Rain themselves, miss a land drop just to play around my Make Disappear. It's just so sketchy. I think they also took a few seconds at the beginning of the game to like start playing, so. Have I seen Brainstorm activation from Mono Green? No, but I've also, it's also not very good against blue-white control. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'll just say Singo's kind of bad though. Alright, I'll foretell. No, I'm not waiting more. I mean, this is basically like a dead giveaway. They were playing around Make Disappear. Like, there's almost no chance. That's just so sketchy. Like, playing around Censor, sure, all day, I'm not, I mean, it's like, people do that all the time. Playing around the Make Disappear is... And we know, right? They literally floated Nykthos, played a second Nykthos when they were stuck on lands and they were tutoring for Citadel just to be able to have 2 mana up. Let's see. Let's add that's what's their name? I have a little text doc was potential ghosters. I should just make it a Google Doc. I don't know. I don't know where the line is of like publicly shaming people. Because it's still like, it's not like 100%, right? Um, hmm. Damn, are they trying to like... They named Teferi. I think they knew about my one Wandering Emperor, right? Damn, now they got me, now they got me questioning myself. Hmm. Not sure what to do. What are the odds, chats? Are they trying to like kind of redeem themselves? Like kind of make it look like they're maybe not ghosting after all. Lean Drokupka. I'm kind of having trouble today with the new subs and their name. Welcome to chat. Check the Discord. You need to link Discord to Twitch to have access to the sub only part, and if you're interested in a sideboard guide. And if you have any questions, best is to ask during the stream, but if you can add me in the Discord too, I'll try to answer if it's not like too much. And really, Karn can really be just so medium sometimes. It's my final verdict on self-milled tier status. It's tough. I feel like maybe it gets all worse once people kind of know what they're doing. Like it could be something as simple as even just Ragdos keeping in the right cards after sideboard. I'm not too sure. Not sure if it's tier 1 or worse. The Brainstone. That's fine. What are they even gonna name? Hey Tony, I haven't played Modern in a while. I haven't been enjoying Modern that much the last few times I've played Modern. I played a league with Waffles Blue White Control yesterday. I'll be up on the channel Fireball of YouTube on Sunday. I might play the Modern Challenge tomorrow, but I'm not even sure what I would be playing. Alright. Someone was asking about the Stoneburn earlier. It's funny. Alright, I'll show my hand again, I guess. Maybe they're not. I don't know. I thought they were ghosting for sure, and then they played Needle on Teferi when they knew I had Wandering Emperor in hand. Maybe they forgot. Let's see. March of Otherworldly Light. I think they're trying to protect their Needle. But I also have lockdowns in my deck. I'm going to keep Castle Vantress. I think it's worth it. I have a counter spell, and now I'm basically... Do you think Blue-Eyed is the best control deck in Pioneer? I mean, there's not that many other... people don't really play other control decks. But does it need to be a top tier? I think it's top tier. I think it's one of the best decks. I don't think it really needs anything. Who do you think is the best control player in the world? I mean, it's kind of a tough question. Like, what are the conditions, you know? Definitely not me. I don't think my brain, like, functions as... I don't know. I mean... I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I don't think it matters too much. But I probably should be attacking with Dude, what is wrong with me? Did I do that twice in a row? Yeah, I should have been attacking with Hall here. There we go. Shoto? Could be Shoto. Austin? Probably not Austin. Austin's a good Magic player though. Could be Shoto, could be Waffo. I mean, depends on the format, you know? Like, Andit plays Control and Legacy very well. Waffo, it's... Like, what are we giving people, like, a week to learn a deck, or... Yo, Brood. Brood from the Netherlands, I'm assuming. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. PV, yeah, it could just be... I mean, it could just be, like... whoever the best player in the world is. And then they're also the best at playing Control. Alright, let's get rid of Stinky Verdict, cut a March, cut a Shark. Maybe cut a couple Sharks on a draw. I might try Narset.
Yatta!
You just got all the Shark Typhoons. And then I guess Narset on the draw is a little ambitious. Something like that is good, I think. Let's see. Yeah. Rip and Verdict? No, that's just bad. I was talking to Oscar Franco and Sophia, and he also doesn't do that. He hates Verdict in the matchup, and he doesn't bring in Rest in Peace. I think that's just a bad way of sideboarding against green. It's quick and legal in this format. It is. I was actually playing a couple of quickens in one of my when I was trying out the blue-red version of Narset Days Undoing to have even more 1-minute cantrips. Double layer draw is a little scary. Tuck. I played Prairie now. I can actually Field of Ruin into Plains into lay down the troll next turn. It's kind of sick. Casting cost, not power. Quick anyways, lay down the arms. Oh, maybe. What makes Rib bad against green? Just doesn't do enough. It's good if you keep in verdicts. But I don't think that's how you want to sideboard. Man, I'm almost at being able to, like, kill a 5/6. Nice to have Wandering Emperor for the 5/6. Hmm. Thoughts on Field of Ruin versus Demolition Zone? Isn't it the same card? Is there a difference in the 1v1? Do you have any interest in putting more work on this turn less in Gear Hulk idea? Yeah, I could. I figured this was more relevant to people who have their RCs this weekend, or I guess it's a little late because it's already Friday. But maybe people who have their RCs next weekend. I also just really been enjoying the deck, and we played it a bit yesterday, so I figured I would, give it another shot to get a better feel for lockdown and laydown while we're, while it's still How do we deal with their beatdown plans? You just have Lay Down the Yards, Lockdown, and Wandering Emperor, and Teferi in your hall, and just a lot of cards, really. Alright, Censor. Censor, baby. This is a pretty tough spot for me. Or is it? I could just keep both. I let the Cavalier resolve, but I have Storm and Karn covered, and the creatures I have Hall and the Wandering Emperor for now. Or I could gamble bottom both, but the problem is if I bottom both, I might just flood out. Whereas with Veto and Castle Vantress, it's going to be like somewhat tough to flood out. Feels like bottom both or top both. Topping just Castle Vantress is also okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could topple just Castle Vantress. Not even that far from late. I guess I've already played free Lay Down the Arms. If you flood out, you still have Hall. I mean, Castle's the best land in my deck. I have 2 cards left. Alright, I think I'm going to take just Castle. I think all 3 are acceptable, to be honest. Bottom both, top both. I guess just keeping Veto is bad. Yeah. I think Moto is always shuffling, though. Every day I'm shuffling. I don't think you draw the same. That's what I heard a long, long time ago. It's not like pre-thingied. Can make a token, make disappear. It might be worth it, honestly. I guess I should just Castle Vantress. Teferi is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On tap 2. I don't have Veto plus Wandering Emperor. Kind of stings to bottom Teferis. What am I even hoping for at this point? I think it's kind of got ugly for me. Like Shark Typhoon, but I boarded most of them out. Another Wandering Emperor. They also have the Hall. It does keep them pretty busy. How bad can it be? We do have Farewell, yeah. That's a 1 card, right? I guess that should be... maybe I should have just bottomed. Just only keep Farewell, Behold, Deluge. What do I like about Blue Light Control? Just feels good against most decks. Just good deck, I don't know. I win a lot with it. I used to not be that high on it for a while, but I did well in Sofia. I've been doing well in leagues. Maybe I figured out like how to play better, sideboard better and stuff in a bunch of matchups. Give me a reason to play blue. I mean, Mono Green. Did you see Mono Green's win rate? Hasn't been very good. Multiple. I have this one. I have the Netherlands one. I have some older ones. I do have like a lot of. I don't know. I just rep Channel Fireball when I'm streaming. All right. Guess I should exile the lair. Ooh, I guess this lets them cast Storm. No, maybe I messed up. Oops. Maybe I would have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Might have to Teferi minus. Well, maybe I can Teferi plus now. Blue black can be continued to tier 1. I think it's all too rough against Ragdos. Blue black did really poorly. It probably can be tuned too close to tier 1. Do they have anything good to put back on top? They have Karn. 5, 6, 5, 10. That would have been good to draw naturally these cards actually. Oh well. Kind of sucks now. I feel like I have to bottom both. Even though like either of these draws would have been good. Maybe I should have Nuts Cried. I'll usually Nuts Cry in the upkeep. But I was trying to dig to Farewell, Behold, or Deluge specifically. Maybe I was short-sighted. Nah, yeah, maybe that was bad. Maybe I should have taken a draw step, keep Hall mana up. I mean, now what? I need literally Farewell, top cards. Canyon's Cry into it. I mean, Laydown's pretty sick here. It kills a Cavalier. Is that enough? I mean, I'll live one more turn and have nothing. Yeah, maybe it was Hall and stuff. I was like not in. I'm not sure. Maybe if I had Exiled Cavalier the first time around instead of Lair, and then. Do they even attack if we have Hall up? It depends on the rest of their hand. Yeah, I probably messed up towards the end there. Would you just play the same list? I don't know. I'm really liking the log. A lot of people have been playing the lockdowns too. I was looking at lists just before Sophia and feel like looked like most blue-white decks were playing lockdown and not portable hole. I was happy with portable hole though. I was happy with the list I played. I thought it was pretty good. Couldn't have just gotten the 6 mana artifact and I was just dead? Maybe they didn't have the mana to play it and attack with all the elves. Karn. I have 2 lockdowns, 1 farewell. What else can save me? Do I want to cry in my upkeep? Probably not. Actually. Does lockdown save me? Medium saves me? Let's see. Maybe on the play I could do -1 laydown, +1 march to be a bit better against Lair of the Hydras and Needles and stuff. 222. What's up, Holy Diva? Thanks for the huge raid. Welcome, everyone. Not having a single Shark Typhoon kind of stung here. I'm also going to go back in furtive modes. I was up a game, so I was willing to like... I'll do one Shark Typhoon too. Over... Thing is, laydown's very good because it gets troll a lot of the time. So it's not like portable hole. Maybe I'll just do 2 lockdowns. Alright. Food then lurk. Cool. Enjoy. Alright. They played pretty suspiciously game 1, so I'm taking some precautions. Unfortunately. Narset Blaze I'm doing in blue. I've not tried it. Feels like it should just be yours in blue-black or blue-red, but you could. Is open and ghosting. They did something super suspicious in game 1. But then they did something kind of bad because that's seen my hand and they named. So in game 1 they played a second Nykthos to have enough mana to pay for Make Disappear after casting Karn. When I had Make Disappear in hand, costing themselves some time. They even like tutored for Citadel. They were like stuck on lands, and so that's super suspicious. But then they played Needle on Teferi when they had seen a Wandering Emperor. Maybe they had just forgotten though. You know, maybe they had the stream open and then I put up the hand hider, and when they cast Needle, they had kind of forgotten. But, so then I was like, okay, maybe they're not ghosting. I guess I'll, give them benefit of the doubt and. One, two, three, four. Yeah, it's a new feature. Sub only hand. I'm showing my hand in the Discord right now, but you need to be a sub. No, not really.
Back home to the sewer, yellow hat. Buddha, come back.
Here, Jazgar. Thanks for the 3 months. Thank you so much. Not a Curo. Damn, the one shark. How many shark did I bring back in? 1. The GG shark. Two damage for 1 damage. Damn, look at these Tundras though. I guess I'll start attacking. Maybe I should trade 2 damage for 1 damage. I have Hull and I'm a little down. I'm a little low on time. Triple queuing. I don't think triple queuing means they're actual triple queuing. It just means they're in a tournament, right? Not too sure. Alright. Lockdown for the win. I guess I should have scried first. I'll block now, in case I find a lockdown. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How fast is their clock? I guess I have the Hull.
Monkey says, "What's Nassif's win condition?
Shut up.
You, my friend, must not know what Yellow Hat very well. This is not a guy who brings win conditions."
It's gonna be close. I think I'm gonna be okay on time, but let's see. Lay down arms and march, I guess. Yeah, I think we're more than good. I think we're very, very good. I have Hall in play, so it's all good. Chat, we got it. I just need to not take time on minor decisions, and I'll be okay. Can counter everything they do from now on, and I guess that free life was a little annoying. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be kind of close. Is it gonna be close? Yeah, all 10 seconds to spare. We're good. Alright. Sophia really made people to get into more Pioneer again. Well, there's like a bunch of RCs left. So this is helping some people, and the next Pro Tour is also Pioneer, so there's reason to keep playing Pioneer. I don't know, I think I thought it was like... I was enjoying the format, and I wasn't sure if it's because I was testing for the tournament or what. I just really enjoy gameplay in Pioneer. I've not been enjoying gameplay in Modern. This hand is look at all my card drawing spells against Fiend. I mean, it could work out. I have Verdict at least, but I think this game's gonna be, if they have like pieces of the puzzle this turn, I'm probably in trouble. Ooh, Shivan Reef. Are they playing Creativity maybe? And not the other deck? Maybe I should play Field of Ruin. They might have Censor in their deck. It's gonna feel bad to get Behold censored. Thoughts on Archangel Avacyn for which deck, which matchup? Archangel Avacyn's like an okay card. Could play Legacy. Sunday, I'm not sure I'm gonna be done with Thanksgiving on time for Sunday Legacy. I thought about playing Legacy today, and then I looked at the list and stuff, and I kind of got overwhelmed. Big score. Not sure how useful Verdict is in this matchup. Not sure how useful the Hallowed Fountain or that Farmland is going to be either, to be fair, but... What should I play in Legacy, Da Vinci? Should I just slam at Teferi here? Seems kind of nuts. That's kind of a cold draw. What should you play, you mean? What did I say? Did I not say what should I play in Legacy? Something that beats someone in initiative decks. Aren't like 3 and 4 color Uro control decks pretty good against the white decks? Still don't know what the initiative does. Teamer Delver. I saw that was the Goose. I was so confused. As someone who made top 8 twice this weekend and they were playing Goose was Murktide. I was like, they're literally splashing for Nimble Mangoose. That's it. Does Delver with sideboard Minx and Veil? That does sound pretty strong. Initiative basically combines Monarch and Venture. That sounds pretty strong. I mean, at this point, I guess I'll let them have it all. Just counter the creativities. Nimble Mangu. Just picturing Mangu doing some stretching. Mangu doing the splits. The game makes some freaking big sharks with all these treasures. Alright, my plan is to just draw more counters than they draw creativities. For negate main deck in that deck, really? Wow. Well, if that's the case, I'm pretty screwed. Not only that Creativity had a decent win rate in Europe, it was like 52.5%, 6 players, I think. Didn't check for US. How many basics do they run? I was wondering the same thing. Probably at least a couple, right? They haven't drawn a single one or played a single one yet. I was maybe gonna use Field of Ruin. I mean, it didn't really matter this turn. Well, looks like I'm dead. So that's their combo to get the Worm and Xenagos. And double its power and stuff. 30 haste. 50.5% in the US. 13 entries. That's pretty solid. Alright, and after sideboard, things don't get much better because they have they usually just board in multiple Hullbreaker Horrors. You have March for it, but it's not easy to get. Might keep in Dennick just for beatdowns. It's like Dennicks are a bunch of verdicts, basically. Temporary for treasures. No, I mean, my plan is to I have way more counters after sideboard. My plan is to just counter all their big scores and stuff. To counter their treasure enablers. Because treasure enablers rams them to Hullbreaker Horror. I think I should keep in me at least one verdict. Yeah. Starnheim better than Dennick? Nah, they have a lot of counters and stuff. It's hard to tap out, I think. Kind of annoying that big score is red, because you can't just keep 1 mana up for dispute and dispute it. If you tap out, they get to resolve a big score, and then your life's kind of tough. Let's cycle that now. Might just try and wait till I have 6 mana to play a 4 mana spell. What's up? What's up? How's Thanksgiving, everyone? Looking forward to Sunday. Ooh, brunch? Thanksgiving brunch? Oh, leftovers. What was the best dish? What was your favorite dish, everyone? Let's see. Let's play Dennick. Smoked turkey. I think I'm just gonna. Not sure. We did the water brine one year or two. I'm not sure what we do now. We might do I was listening to the New York Times on Wednesday was about turkey and they had Kenji on it. And I might just do that, the like salt brine for a couple night or yeah, I'm getting the turkey later today, so a couple brine it with salt and then use mayo for the crust for the instead of butter. I think we usually just do butter and oil and we like add some more butter mid thing in the oven and stuff, and it turns out pretty good. We usually do pretty good, but and that Fable too. Your cousin is a chef? Dang. Oh, that's lucky. Hey, Voxy. Mustard is a great binding. Yeah, mustard on pork is pretty. It's a classic in France, I think, anyways. Mayo is it basically acts like butter, and you don't taste the mayo. Yo, Navritas. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Dang, subservient tools of the capital. Yeah, man, I wish I had a choice. I mean, I probably do have a choice, but... What are you doing, Kegel, to change the world? Is that it? You just go in Twitch chat and make us feel bad? Smoked turkey, deep fried turkey, and unshot chili turkey, Jan. Multiple things of turkey. I should probably just dispute that impulse, right? Because I can't dispute a Hullbreaker horror. Blue light control, not, but Dennick's been, some people have been playing in sideboards. It's kind of smart. It's decent against aggro, decent against Greasefang. This random matchup, you can just bring it in. On your podcast, you mentioned some kind of Demir self-mill Oracle deck. Did I miss here? And you're like, yeah, you can find the list on... It won the challenge. It won Saturday's challenge. I played 3 leagues, was it? So you can check my VODs. Don't have to be a sub. You can just check the VODs. Yeah. Basically that. So they're getting Hullbreaker horror. Ooh, I actually have a nice play here. They have 1 mana left. They need to have exactly Spell Pierce because Dispute doesn't even work. Alright, I mean, if they have Spell Pierce, you just tap the table and say, nice hand, sir. Got him. Ooh, Hull, that's a huge draw. Because now I have Hullbreaker horror, I can... Oh, that game went well. I was like, all worried for a second. I have 7 mana for horror. March seems good. And then just Dovin's Veto, I guess. Hey, Wandering Ones. You can link your Discord to your Twitch account. And then you have access to the sub-only content. I kind of liked it. It was pretty wholesome, you know, and so Kenji alt something, I forget his last name, it's kind of, he was like, you know, he was saying how he does his turkey and stuff, and then at the end, the podcast host ask him if it's worth it, you know, to go for all the work and stuff, all the trouble. And he's like, oh, absolutely not. But if your turkey, you know, if your family's sitting around the table, around the turkey and stuff, then the turkey's already on its job, you know. Doesn't matter how well it's cooked. And it's about the gathering. It's not about the food, right? Well, actually, kind of is about the food, but Alt Kenshi Lopez, yeah. It sounds like a fake name, right? It sounds like something you would type on your computer, like Alt. It's such a weird name. Like who sees his name and doesn't think about, you know, the Alt key on the keyboard? Also, Canister, thanks for the raid earlier. Hope you had a good stream. Short but good. I guess probably not for getting. You looked like you were hating your life just losing with mono green. Is late on there slayable? Yeah, it's been good. It lets you play lockdown. That's the big upside. It's not much better than Portable Hole, even though I did get a troll. I got a troll against. It was really good against green. It lets you play lockdown. I love losing with mono green. Bad chests. Okay, what did we saw? We saw Fable. We didn't actually see the horrors, but guessing we saw Shark Typhoon. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't want to. I mean, Absorb's pretty bad, I guess. 3-mana counter is bad, but Starnheim Verdict. I've got an Absorb for a Verdict. Will I? Should I? Yeah. They might be in a spot where they're like all in with creativity and back it up, and I just untap Verdict the Horror and win. Yeah, J-Koi, I saw the Greg Orange list with charms and stuff. That seems even wilder than Prairie Stream and Lay Down the Arms. Could be good. I mean, Binding is a messed up card. Ants of the Sky, welcome, welcome. Thanks for the Prime sub. Had 52% win rate, really? I had like 49 something in the US and 46 something in Europe, unless the stats were wrong. I was watching Pro Tour Carnage Tyrant the other day, forgot how impressive that card was. What format did Carnage Tyrant dominate? Green's at pretty big disadvantage in open deck lists. I would not play green in open deck lists. It's just not good enough. Doesn't seem like it's good enough anyways. Might just be a really skill intensive deck. Maybe a bunch of people picked it up thinking it was easy to play and it's not. Like Brent Voss was the best green finisher. No, I get that French guy who made top 8, but apparently that French guy who made top, I don't know him, but apparently he's really good. It is just like every other archetype's like mostly the good players who rose to the top. So I don't know if that's like a great argument. Consistency. I was not a fan of the consistency back when you really needed Portable Hole in your opening hand to be the aggro decks, but now is Lockdown and basically now with Lockdown, I guess you could make an argument that you're not as desperate anymore to have that Portable Hole in your opening hand. I kind of want to make a 0 just cycle Shark here. I'm not sure when I'm going to have time to make a bigger Shark, if a bigger Shark's going to be relevant. Kind of sucks, but I think that's just the play. Just find more disputes, more vetoes. Maybe a threat, who knows. I think that's one thing I was not doing enough is cycling Shark Typhoon for 0, cycling Shark Typhoon pretty aggressively. They're down. Oh, they mulligan into Oblivion. I didn't even realize. They mulligan to 5. I guess I should just dispute Impulse pretty aggressively. Alright, I'll let them have it because I want to be able. I don't want to just get fabled and lose the game to a fable. Mana base gets worse, especially with Laydown in the list. Yeah, you can play a few Fabled Passage and stuff. It probably doesn't get much worse. Hey Pat, by the way, I realized later, you know when we recorded the podcast on Tuesday and I was like, oh, France just demolished Australia apparently. I wasn't even saying that because you're from Australia. I just like it just had happened and it wasn't like a beat or anything. And I realized later, I was like, oh, that's from Australia. No, I know you don't really care, but I just wanted to, make it clear that I was just not trying to I mean, not that I wouldn't, but in this specific case, it was not really my intent. Or at least if they have dispute as a card, I can resolve it to Teferi. So it's not all lost. Yeah, exactly. When I lay down the rub, I mean, yeah, exactly. Not just like. Alright, looks like GG. Mulligan to 5, not good enough. That matchup has been tough, honestly. I do usually misplay when I lose. It involves some kind of misplay, but it's also not super easy to play against that deck, and the versions have become more and more like, or better and better against control, I guess, overall. Just negates in the main. Shark Typhoons. This is creativity. They mulligan fight. They won game one. And my draws were really very decent after sideboard. Okay, how do I lose this game? Not too sure. Probably just need to keep countering impulse and stuff. Maybe not. Maybe not just an impulse. We'll see. You consider red black to be a good, medium, or bad matchup. I felt like I was winning more online, and then I went 3-0 against Ragdos at the RC. I did run good. They did get stuck on lands and stuff, but also, yeah. Also open decklist advantages blue-white. I think, because you get to see how they sideboard and stuff, and I think it makes a difference. I mean, it doesn't really matter, honestly, what I do at this point. I can't really win. I'm even gonna go for max coward dice and keep March for 0 plus Veto up. Also, my version, you know, I had 2 Starnheim in the sideboard, which is a card that's pretty much only for Ragdos. I mean,
months, wowie.
You can bring it in other matchups, and apparently it's really good against red-green too, but yeah. I was fairly ready for it. I'm on the draw. Oh, I have such a clunky hand. It's not the worst. You enjoyed seeing the... Was that against Ben Jones? I foretold something end of my turn. I don't remember. It does happen. Which challenge am I playing today? I'm not sure. You mean this weekend? I'm not sure. I think maybe Modern, but not really into Modern. The Pioneer Challenge starts way too late, and the Legacy one starts pretty early. I might play the Legacy one. That's what I lost to yesterday. That was my one loss. Looks like it's going to be my one loss today. I could wait, but it's... So next turn I can have Dovin's Veto mana up to counter a slip out the bag. The problem is then they have Rattle Chain to get me, so I'd rather just go lay down the arms, and then next turn I can cycle Shark Typhoon and buy myself a bit of time. Or maybe I'll get lucky and draw another laydown. Are basic planes better than additional 4 triumphs? Yeah, I mean, the problem with Prairie Stream is that then your Prairie Stream are literally never going to come into play untapped, and on top of that, you're adding triumphs that come into play tapped. You can't do that. If they play something semi-decent, I might just counter it and wait till I have a 2/2 Shark. Should I try and do that? Is that a winning line? They don't have that many bounce spells and stuff. They just cycle the Shark, hope to draw another one, maybe. It's pretty hard for them to tap out here because of Wandering Emperor. So that means they probably have another Wandering Emperor or Spell Pierce or Counter. I guess now they can go Lord and they don't really care about Wandering Emperor upkeep. No. think it makes their life a little tougher. Maybe now, because now they didn't play another Obsession. Guess I'll do it now. Do I care if they had played another Obsession? Yeah, maybe I could have done it upkeep. Any verdicts? 2. 2 and 2 lockdowns. Malay King laydown. Yeah, so far it's been good. So far it's been good. Lockdown has been good, especially against green. Being able to lay down troll and log down their permanents has been really good. I haven't played against Phoenix yet. It seems like laydown should be decent. Alright, they used... Problem is, even Verdict's not that good. They have Slip Out. I was gonna say they used their best spell, but it's just not true. I mean... Slip Out the Back Rattle Chain's still really good.
Idiot players call races with Queen 10. They don't even know how to spell poker.
Basically praying for a verdict at this point. I guess lockdown plus veto might be good enough. I'm just gonna veto that. Use my cards. I need to draw verdict or lockdown anyways. Might be the one card that makes the difference, you know? Maybe they only have one interactive spell. This matchup seems tough. I think it's fine. They just had the perfect around the play, and they had a Sailor into Obsession with counter. I mean, that's why you play that deck, so you get when you get these draws. The classic, I love it. The classic Twitch chat. Classic chatting. Wow, your opponent had the nuts on the play and your draw was kind of whatever. I mean, my draw was kind of okay, I guess, but matchup must be bad. If you're on the play, all your counters are relevant. If you're on the draw, none are. I think that's
Idiot players call races with Queen 10. They don't even know how to spell poker.
Well, at least they know they're not ghosting, or else they would have just killed me instead of casting spells. But I agree, like something like Veto especially goes up in value because you get to counter Obsession. Ever called a raise with Queen 10? Yeah, once or twice. This matchup seems rough. The best is when someone goes, "Wow, this matchup is like horrendous." I'm like down a game, and then game 2's not looking great, and they're like, "Wow, matchup's just unwinnable," and then I just win the match. Oh wait, they kill me? Alright, I have the Expert Dispute today, which is nice. Lyra and Starnheim, probably kind of okay. Let's see. Farewell's a little expensive. Farewell's kind of nice against Band because they have Selfless Spirit. Probably not as good here. Absorb's all rough. I kind of like Narset against Curious Obsession, and their creatures don't hit very hard, so Narset can be okay. Veto, so let's see. Lyra's kind of sketchy. Depends how many Shackle guys they have. And it's awkward with sweepers. You don't want too many of your expensive cards. I think you want all these cards because they're pretty cheap. And then you need to cut like 7 of these cards, but you also need some card advantage to win the game. Starnheim's low mana intensive. Lyra can get trumped by Shacklegeist, I guess. Probably cut a Tef, cut an Absorb at least. Cut a Starnheim. That's still 4 cards. I don't like cutting Censor on the play because then you start missing land drops. Also, sometimes they just go turn to Lord or something, turn to Rattle Chains, and you're happy to counter it. Veto's okay. Yes, Make Disappear can maybe go. I do get the disputes. Sorb can go. You like the Starnheims? Got side coming. Cancel's not that bad against them. You'd cut them all. Okay. You put Wandering Emperor. Or the Lock Horse sometimes. Alright, let's do that. Narset's pretty bad. I think Narset's decent. I want to try it some more. I think it's decent. Yo, top deck lands. Long that screen name. Thanks for the 20 months, bud. Appreciate it. Third chance for Urza Mel to be thinking Pioneer Explorer. I want to try it at some point. I'll probably meme at some point with Urza and Mishra and stuff in Pioneer. Veto. Veto's okay because it counters the thingies early in the game, and am I ever going to want to cycle that farmland? Maybe. Yeah, if I draw a land next turn. And it does come up that it counters Lofty Denial because you're going to be 7 mana, cast a 5-drop or 4, you know, and then you're going to Lofty Denial and then you're going to veto the denial that comes up a decent bit. Jalpaya, Shklipaya, Yellow Hat.
Smiley face.
Hey, Mind Rush. Ooh, Nerdy Steve. What's up, buddy? How are the arena streets these days? I haven't really been keeping up. Not cycling Censor was kind of questionable. People are trying Mishra and Dragon Ancient in the vehicle decks. They're playing kind of Junt, I guess. What about just Mishra and Dragon Engine in red-black mid-range, just 4 and 4? That was my initial D, just play a regular red-green, red-black deck and play 4 of each. They're going. Alright. If you missed my arena streams, you might want to check out the Nerdy Thief stream. He's a great arena player, great Magic player, but plays pretty much only arena. Almost got punished for not shocking Veto here. Could cycle main phase, actually. What would a Ragdos deck with Mishra and the Dragon Engine look like? How different would it be than red-black mid-range? I mean, obviously you would have to cut at least some of the same, like, mana, like, CMCs, like you would have to cut the 4-drops, the 3-drops and stuff, but you want to play it way more aggressively to abuse the Mishra passive, or do you just still want to play just the good cards? I guess I'm going to try to get some value out of my cards. Mindlessly jam. My hand's actually pretty cool against Wandering Emperor, Lockdown plus Veto. I should be able to resolve Lockdown next turn. Also just want to try to meld Urza, just blue-white artifact. Could be decent. Yeah, Food Ventures. I believe that's the purpose of Dennick. Help against Greasefang. It's nice that you get a body back against Thalia too. That part's probably pretty nice. Oh, not against Thalia, against Liliana. I even brought it in against Blue-Red Creativity earlier because I didn't have anything better. Who was saying Veto's useless against Spirits already? Wait. Oh yeah, it's always free more, it's just costs more if you don't have the enchantment to go with. Alright, well, at least I got a couple snares out of there. One of the few cards that deals with my Lyra. What's up, George? Playing Laydown's really bad against Rattle Chains, doesn't accomplish much. I think playing Lyra is probably just correct. If Lyra's good this turn, it'll probably be good next turn. I'll cycle first. Just say go, I guess. Lay down the arms just plays into everything right now. Kind of regretting my decision. Man, maybe I got a little too, especially with 2 in hand. Regrudge? Is that an emote too? That's kind of funny. Yeah, definitely regrudging a bit right now. No land, please. Nice. Oh, that was good for me. No land. I just died to Shacklegeist. God, I didn't realize I was getting so low. I died to Slip. I died to Slip plus Spirit. They probably don't have Slip though. Should have done that in my end of turn. That was a mistake. In case they do have Slip. Probably would have played Slip on their first creature. Oh, it was Shacklegeist plus 1 Spirit. Oh, that's Sailor. Wow. Oh. Oh, now I died to Lofty Denial. Alright, I think this loses to less cards than playing Lyra. I mean, Lyra literally loses to everything. This loses mostly to Slip Out the Back and Lord. Probably dead. Quickly before they change their mind. Wow, they didn't draw though. That's not great for me. I guess the turns I didn't use the laydowns. I took a bunch of extra damage. It's kind of where I lost the game. Alright, so we know the Condeal was a shark. They don't have Slip. They might still have Lofty Denial. I guess I just say go, right? This line loses to Spectral Sailor. F. I forgot Rattle Chains, all these cards. I'm not even sure they play Lofty Denial. I think they do, but yeah. Dude, they had nothing. They just probably didn't have anything. I mean, it looks like they did have something. Yeah. Oh, man. Rip. Yeah. A Lyra on that. Yeah, I mean, nice hindsight. Yeah. Thank you. Oof. I guess I'll keep. Helps if I draw a verdict. Yeah, only have 2.
Monkey says, "What's Nassif's win condition? You, my friend, must not know Yellow Hat very well. This is not a guy who brings win conditions."
I know, he was chatting in Discord. Prairie was chatting in Discord about the blue-white list, so I'm assuming it's going to be blue-white. Probably the advantage in the mirror match was less value lands. One less creature land, one less, unless Brady's also playing, the thingies.
A.
I believe you meant to say I. What's up, Dumbfast? Welcome back, thanks for the 3 months. Deserted Beach, no. Old version. Which means probably tough. My sideboard's pretty good though. I have a lot in my sideboard. If I tap out, I might get Wandering Emperor. If I don't tap out, I'm kind of screwed anyways. Well, if I don't draw lands, I'm screwed anyway. I'm just gonna cycle now. Hey, Ely, what's up, bud? No Wandering Emperor. That's nice. Kind of edge cycle all my hard counters, though. Pretty much out of counters now. Alright, I'm not going to push my luck. I'm not going to foretell a Behold here. Definitely cycle. You might be like 30 seconds behind, Ely. Ooh, Kalu. I'm doing a coaching session with Kalu tomorrow. Hope it goes well. I'm not gonna let resolves. And newbie attack, thanks for the tier 1. Thanks to both of you for the tier 1 sub. Hey Kalu, you got some replays ready? We're doing it off stream. Kalu wanted to do it off stream. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, should be useful. I think we're doing some Pioneer Blue-White Control review, so that's probably my best deck right now. If you don't have anything, I probably have a few interesting matches I've played past weeks, but I'm sure. Chef probably just maybe not casting it since I drew a land anyways. They're probably holding on to their Censors because they're making their land drops and stuff. I'm stuck on lands. Look at that lockdown. It's gonna get multiple sharks. Ooh, you know what? I should just cast Behold now. Because I can discard like oof. I mean, these are good cards, but I just need lands. I can discard yeah, something. Lockdown. Oh, they're trying the 1 cave, 1 hall split. Interesting. Is Pioneer Blue-White almost fully on Arena? Yeah. I think it all is. What's missing? There's I'm not sure about Prairie Stream. Is that card on Arena? I'm just gonna verdict, I guess. There was one card that was missing from Blue-White Control, I feel. But not something very important. Maybe it's just Verdict? Portable Hole, let's see. Is there like one card that's like not super important that's missing? We know it's in Blue-Black. Blue-Black was missing Detention Sphere? Maybe it was Detention Sphere. Yeah. Kind of want to jam. What's the worst that can happen? They have a veto, and then I do it again next turn. Do you guys blue-white with soul partition? No, I could have thrown one or two in this deck actually, just to try the new cards. Pay the new card tax. Actually, my play this turn was pretty bad. Oh well. I was just so greedy. Untap land. Yeah, playing Teferi last turn was pretty questionable. Because now I can't free tap out for Teferi, and yeah. Oh well. Oh, am I frozen? How long has it been frozen for? Which cam is it? Oh, I just had to deactivate and activate again. That was easy. This is probably getting marched. I'd have Deluge in the yard. That was lucky draw. Drawing all my Dovin vetoes. Ooh, right, that's a card. I guess if they have a shark, I die. They already cycle 2 though. That song, I know it's so good. It's from the CubeCon event. CubeCon lore? Yeah, CubeCon is an event where people get together to play some cube drafts. And to hype it up, they made a song. Let's see. I should probably Field of Ruin now. This way I can afford to potentially tap out or fight over stuff some more. They have 7 mana and they're at 11. Is attacking with Hall viable? Attack with Hall, I veto something, they go down to 4. I think attacking with Hall's probably a mistake. Plus I'd rather cast Teferi anyways. Soul Partition has been great for you? Maybe. Maybe you have enough of card advantage that you make up for it with other stuff. Alright, let's play it that way. Hope they don't have another Wandering Emperor. Okay. Wandering Emperor dodged. Now we need to dodge Hall of the Storm Giant. How do you get in the sub Discord? I reset it yesterday, should be good. You just link your Discord account to your Twitch account. Hey Cross. Happy Thanksgiving break. Alright, next time I play this deck, I'll give a Soul Partition a try. See if I like it. Ooh, I drew Deluge now. Yes, I'll say go, given I drew Deluge. No main phase Deluge? Not sure. I don't think I'm in a rush, am I? Plus, I'm not sure what's going on. How am I doing on time? Not bad. Trying not to lose to top deck Shark Typhoon too. A good fight here. If I didn't have answers for Shark and Hall, I would probably fight.
Pigeons.
But since I have a couple March and a Wandering Emperor, I think it's okay. Maybe not. Maybe if they find a... should I do it in the stack so it stays on 5? Does that matter? It might matter. Oh, wait. How does Detention Sphere work? It's the old wording? I think it's the old wording. I think I almost screwed myself over. The Ninja, it's nice seeing you again in Sofia. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for the resub. Yeah, old wording. Yeah. So if you do it with on the stack, it just never comes back, which would not be great for me. Let's see. Maybe in that case, do Wandering Emperor first. But I don't think. We're doing it on Sunday. We're doing our kind of usual recipes, I guess. Man, what am I supposed to fight over? 5 mana Teferi is a little annoying. They probably have their own bunch of removal, right? Have double march for... I think this is good enough. Also using my mana has upsides. I guess now to get Censor. Pretty unlikely they have a Censor right now, but maybe. Make this appear. They have March plus pay for Hall. Misclick? That was 4 minutes ago. What? What's the misclick they made a few minutes ago? Protected Teferi versus Hall. Yeah, they could have March, right? I don't have a counter left. Turn I played the Farmland, was going to cycle. Oh, someone caught it in chat. I was confused. That's what Sauce was talking about. I was like, yeah, all confused. Thought they only separated things here in the US. My wife's American. Yeah, that probably like caused them a lot. -1 card. Should I have Vantress over Shark? Maybe. Perhaps I should. Ooh. Well, I was gonna attack with Hall. But now, it's not. Can you tap lands for mana, play land, undo the land on tap in on Arena, MTGO? No, I don't think so. Neither. They probably have a million of them, right? Just let them have it. Gets David from the first portable hole by marching here. But I have lethal. March. Lightning chat. Just try and counter it. Why not? I don't think there's anything else. I think it's okay. I still have March for Shark Typhoon. I get to untap 2 mana for Make Disappear with Casualty. I think it's okay to fight here. All right, what's better, Starnheim or Dennick? Dennick. One of each. Legendary roll. I like it. One verdict might be okay. Like if you have too many cards to board out and not enough to bring in, I think one Dennick's okay. I'll be right back, chats. Oh no. Oh no, not in this matchup. Damn, my timing is way off. I got myself a croissant, and was the difference maker. Rip. Well, this sucks. That's a matchup where you don't want to miss out on sideboarding. Maybe it was enough. I guess we'll find out. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Here, Optimus Prime. There's a Discord link in chat, and then you need to just, oh man. Huh. Oh, this is gonna be rough. It's a big croissant. I'll get a normal size. Well, at least they'll never play around the second verdict. No, I didn't submit. I thought 2 minutes was enough. Clearly was not. You know, gotta make it a little challenging. No fear of Emperor. I mean, I kind of have to take a chance. I might just jam Teferi next turn, honestly. There's almost no way I can win. There's like 20 dead cards in my deck. Maybe I'll just get lucky. Just draw all my Shark Typhoons. Two top. Yikes. It's funny, they're probably playing around like vetoes and disputes and stuff, and it's just like kind of trashy. I'll get rid of the hole now. This way, if by some miracle I ever resolve with Teferi, it actually gets to live. I'll wait one more turn. I drew Castle Vantress. Nice, no Wandering Emperor. I wonder if they just don't have anything or if they're just playing kind of pretty safe, which is probably going to work out for them. Kids keeps crying for Kid keeps crying for more Shark Typhoons. I think that's probably just a better chance of me winning the game than jamming Teferis right now. Maybe getting the hull was a mistake in the hindsight. I think it's still better to cycle first, see what you draw, and then decide where you want to scry. Also, I might just draw Memory Deluge or something. Get lucky. Bottom 5. I don't hate land. Lets me like... Yeah, I kind of like lands. It's not great, but might be better than a random draw. I can pay for a dispute and have 2 mana up for counters, which is nice. I often see you cycle Censor in turns 1 free with a land already in hand. Am I misplaying by pretending Censor is a hard counter and holding on to it? It depends. It depends on the matchup. It depends on the rest of your hand. It depends. Usually, if I cycle Censor when I already have lands, it means that I'm digging to Wandering Emperor, Teferi, more lands, a Deluge. If you have like a hand perfectly mapped out, and you have your lands, you have an instant threat on turn 4, you know, like a Behold the Deluge or what's it called? Or Wandering Emperor, then you can hold on to it. Alright, I think we're back to just I'll just say go. Yeah, there's no like easy answer for that, I guess. For that question. It really depends on the rest of your hands. Oh, they're in for a little surprise here. Probably don't expect too many removal spells after that. They must have like double veto in hands. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if their hand was double veto right now. Maybe they'll even veto lay down the arms. They'll be like, well, they probably can't deal with a shark very easily. It's kind of a win for me. One less turn of them using Castle Vantress. Alright, I think if you jam Teferi here, you're on some like next level copium. Oh man, was not a great time to lose 2 minutes. I'm gonna play around dispute here. Maybe I'm doing Lyra incident again. Why I don't just jam for the win, but yeah, I haven't played a dispute yet, and it's been a while. Maybe I would have just won the game there. Oh, I get to resolve Wandering Emperor too, right? And now I lost some time for the last game. All right, got a Teferi into play. Damn. Right. Well, at least I have all these verdicts. Verdict would be pretty good here. Verdict and then minus on Elspeth. I guess that Castle Vantress minus on Elspeth doesn't do much. Maybe I should just scoop. Do I have anything like I can draw that's kind of good? I guess this is okay. I guess I need to set up like Wandering Emperor plus need to try and set up Wandering Emperor plus the plus a verdict, something like that. Hey everyone, pourquoi ton violence? Thanks for the prime sub. Sorry, I'm like trying to play as fast as possible here. I think I can maybe make up a minute and a half. I don't think I should scoop quite yet. Yeah, I can verdict, hull attack, Elspeth, something like that. I don't know if this is good or not. Maybe this crying is better or something. I guess I can't even F6, damn it. In case it resolves. Dude, I pressed F5, what the hell? I F5'd. Oh, damn it. Well, that sucked. That really sucked. I think it's gonna... Someone's getting timed out. And I think it's gonna be them. Because they have to try and still win this game, so they actually have to make like some... Oh, I have Deluge in my yard, really? Wow. I didn't realize. Dang. I guess it's good I pay a little attention to chats. Just a bit. I wonder if they've realized yet that I forgot to sideboard. I made the whole that field over and in play. I mean, I'm gonna time them out. I'm almost 100%. No, I'm not 100%, but I feel like I've been playing a little faster and stuff. Just in case I have like a portable hole left or something. So many verdicts. Verdict. I mean, disputes are pretty useless right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'll try to have some verdicts.
Patience from Zoe, waiting in the wings. Navi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep, the surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Right of it. Ravage as well.
I should not be casting Beholds right now. Can I actually get rid of Elspeth? Maybe? It was bad because I've laid down the arms left in my deck, actually. Yeah, that was loose. No shark plays. No. No. They're probably wondering. I'm sure they've realized by now what just happened, but it is kind of funny.
The next label play. The next label play.
I mean, I have lockdowns. I can deal with tokens for days. How did we win? We timed them out, unfortunately. I wish we had played. I mean, that was kind of a sweet game, I guess. They actually tapped down. I'm actually gonna get to kill. I might just legit win the game.
Monkey says, "What's Nassif's win condition? You, my friend, must not know Yellow Hat very well. This is not a guy who brings win conditions."
It's so funny. They don't have a march here. Or a shark. Alright, time to remove some ODF shark. ODF that. Well, either way. Might be time to remove some stops. Damn it, I should have made a 2-2. And I guess it doesn't though. I mean, what even matters? Definitely not Stupid triggers and expensive cards. Narsets. I mean, this is so dumb. Yeah. Nice ads? Yeah, I agree. You're making me a lot of money. I hope you enjoyed them. I guess I should have Starnheim Unleashed, actually. Because 1 minute 40, if they're trying to, like, F6 me, might just be enough to, Alright. Not great, but... I mean, if they're not even playing lands and removing all their stuffs, I can do the same thing. Oh yeah, that's Starnheim. It could be Starnheim. Yeah, looks like it is. Oh well. That game 2 was pretty dumb. No sideboarding. It was the next level strat, just make game 2 drag as long as possible so I don't even have to play a third game. Next level strats.